This could be very dangerous. So, guys, a lot of people are starting to talk about the Insurrection Act. That's popping up a lot online. It was brought to my attention recently. Now, I've heard of the Insurrection Act, but I didn't think anything of it when it started popping up online. But a buddy of mine brought it to my attention by stating that he might think this could be used against the American people. When I read the Insurrection Act, I looked at it again. I'm like, no, this has everything to do with the illegal immigration problem that we're having. But I also remembered something happened about a month ago, 2 months ago now, where the cartel got into a shootout with Border Patrol. So but because that happened, I see that they want to make sure that the National Guards, which can be federalized under the Insurrection Act, can actually protect American borders, and Trump doesn't have to deal with the following states and trying to see if he can get these states to fall in line to have their National Guards actually protect the border. So instead of taking the guessing game out, what he's going to do, he's probably going to enact the Insurrection Act, which is going to federalize the National Guards under his order, under his power rather. And then he takes the guessing game and trying to talk to each state and having them have their National Guards work for him. So once he federalizes them, he takes that out. He takes it out of the power of that state, and now they're under the power of the American president instead of the governors of those states. So California, Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas are the states that border Mexico. And of course, he's undoubtedly going to probably have problems with California's governor and maybe even New Mexico's governor. So again, instead of fighting with them and arguing with them, federalize them, and now they can protect the border without any nonsense. Now that makes more sense to me. Turning the American military around, the U.S. military around, which can also be enacted under the Insurrection Act as by way of operating on American soil. So the last time this was done was back in 1992 under George Bush, when the LA riots happened. The United States military was activated to operate on American soil. Now, there are certain instances where they can, but this gives them full authority to do so. That's what the Insurrection Act is. They can operate on American soil at a limited capacity. Depends on if there's a disaster and a couple other things that go down. Insurrection Act makes it so without any argument. Some people seem to think that he might do that and have the American military start doing whatever's going to. And I said, there's no need for that as of right now. Could it be done down the line? Yes, any president can enact the Insurrection Act and have the American military start bullying people around, or if there's another pandemic, start telling people that they can't come outside, telling people what to do by way of the military, which I can see that being a problem down the line if that was to happen, because American soldiers telling American citizens what to do, it has to be some dire situation for that to happen. And even then, like the curfew thing with another pandemic, people are going to fight back. And a lot of American soldiers know that people are going to fight back. So that's also why I'm like, that's the least likely thing on my radar. The more likely thing, again, is having the National Guards go down to the border and do what needs to be done under the direction of the President of the United States. And again, not having the President argue with 4 other states on why this needs to be. Federalize them, and then that's that. Can I see governors still putting up a fight? Probably in court or something like that. But that's where I see that going. I don't see it going anywhere else. The border situation is getting out of hand. Cartels supposedly are looking to bring the fight to the Border Patrol. That's the rumor that's going around online. So if that rumor is matching up with the president's doing, that makes sense. That tracks very well. Because now the president's like, well, if they're going to bring the fight, let's bring the fight to them. Federalize the National Guards. Let's let them get busy and get their hands dirty at the border, which makes perfect sense. The other thing, them turning the American military against the people, at least not yet. I'm not going to say it's never going to happen, but at least not yet. I think the main focus is the border, which has been something Trump has been promising over the last 4 years. So that's why I see that going. I don't see it going anywhere else. But other than that, guys, this is the Angry Prepper. Thank you for watching the Angry Truth channel.